Today I'm going to show you how to make my delicious creamy Cajun shrimp and sausage pasta. When I tell you this recipe right here is all you're going to need ever when it comes to making creamy Cajun shrimp and sausage pasta, trust me, it is going to be amazing. The ingredients for our creamy Cajun shrimp and sausage pasta are: we have some shrimp, of course. Shrimp has been washed and cleaned and deveined. We also have Louisiana style andouille sausages, bell peppers, green and red, water, heavy cream, Parmesan cheese, black pepper, Cajun seasoning, chicken bouillon, garlic powder, onion powder, and smoked paprika. So with all of that being said, let's get to prepping and let's get to cooking. As part of the prepping process, the first thing we're gonna do is we are gonna dice our onions. And our cutting and chopping doesn't have to be perfect. So for now, just get it as small as possible. And this would be good to go. All right, we're gonna add it to a bowl and reserve it for later. Make sure when you're doing this, you have a sharp knife. It makes it so much easier. If you have celery on hand, you could definitely use celery and add it to the mix. And of course, if you don't have celery, no problem whatsoever. We're just gonna use our onions and bell peppers. Moving right along, let's cut the red pepper up. Turn it around just like that. You know, I'm gonna take it in segments and just go in like that. We are down to the last piece of bell pepper. Cut it down a little bit more, and that is it. Next up on the chopping block is our whole garlic cloves, and I'm gonna empty it out just like that. And of course, I'm gonna go in with the back of my knife and hit it really hard, just like that. I thought I lost it for a second. I was looking for it, but it got stuck to the knife, like the other one. Here we go. The reason why we're hitting it and banging it, so to speak, is because it makes it so much easier to chop it up. Like if you leave it in the whole state without banging it up, that garlic is going to be maneuvering all over the place, and you're literally going to be chasing it with your knife. So if you flatten it out a bit, it makes it so much easier to go in and just chop it up. Also, when you hit the garlic like that, it releases all of the flavors and everything that's locked inside. So yes, a couple tips and tricks, guys. All right, this minced garlic right here, we're going to add it to this little bowl right here. For now, what we're going to do is we're going to slice our andouille sausages. Of course, if you can't find andouille sausages, not a problem. Work with smoked sausages. I mean, there's so many different variations. So many. All right, what I'm going to do is, let's see how we're going to cut this. I'm going to cut it at a slant. You could always cut it straight, of course, in little circles. I'm in a fancy mood tonight, so I'm going to cut it at a slant. Also, when you're working with a small sausage like this, once you cut it at a slant, it does give the impression of the sausage being a little bit bigger than what it actually is. This is going to be a total of 4 sausages. This is a recipe that's definitely not going to need any measurements. Get 2 bell peppers, take a half off of each bell pepper according to the amount that you're making. Dice it one up, get yourself a small to medium onion. Same thing, get yourself about 4 cloves of garlic, and that should hold you down with no problem. 3 to 4 andouille sausages, depending on how much sausage you want, how much you like. And about 1 pound of shrimp, depending on the size. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, first things first, we're gonna season up our shrimp because we want it to marinate. We are gonna hit it off with a little bit of garlic powder. Once again, you don't need measurements. Don't be afraid. If it doesn't contain salt, you really can't add too much of the non-salted seasonings. We're gonna go in with our onion powder, sprinkle with a light hand, of course, and also our Cajun seasoning because we're making creamy Cajun shrimp and sausage pasta. And we're also going to use some smoked paprika. Couple dashes, not too much. And we're also going to use our ground black pepper. Just a light sprinkle of ground black pepper. And of course, I'm going to add a little oil because it just makes the dry rubbing a little easier. Mix it all in. If you want to use a utensil, you can do so as well. I'm gonna add a little bit more Cajun seasoning, just like that, not too much. And the Cajun seasoning that you're using, make sure it's not a really heavy salt-based brand, because you know every brand is different. Some brands may have a little bit more salt than others. Some brands may have a little bit more garlic powder, onion powder. It all depends. All right, this is perfect. We are going to be using a cast iron skillet, so I'm going to add some oil, a couple tablespoons of oil, just enough to fry up our seafood. All right, we're going to add the shrimp. 45 seconds to a minute so far, so I'm going to check on the shrimp. Perfect. You see it has that little charness going on. Yes, this is perfect. And we're going to flip the others over as well. They smell so good right now. I'm telling you, if I didn't eat this shrimp for a recipe right now, boy, I would devour it right now, honestly. After we flip the shrimp over, we're going to allow it to sear on the other side as well. Our shrimp is finished, so we're going to take it out of the pan. Check it out, guys. Perfect. This shrimp right here is cooked all the way through because, yes, we're going to add it to the pasta later. But unlike some recipes where we cook it halfway through, you put it to the side and bring it back to the pan later, this is cooked all the way through. I lowered the flame to low medium, and we're going to add a little bit more oil. I know you guys can see all of those bits at the bottom. This right here is going to be our flavor. All right, so you're not going to rinse the pan. You're not going to wash the pan. We're going to leave all those bits in there just the way it is. And we are going to add our onion. At this point in time, you're going to deglaze the bottom of the pan because all of those juices that's locked into the onion, they're going to be released. We're also going to add our bell peppers, both red and green. Combine it really well. Give it a good mix. Allow the veggies to release all of its juices to deglaze the bottom of the pan. And I know you guys can see those little bits right there starting to hug our bell peppers and onions. This is definitely what we need. We're going to add our sausages. And of course, if you want to add the sausages first, brown them up, and then add it back to the pan, you can do that as well. The reason why I did it this way is because I want the infusion to take place. I want the juices from the sausages to incorporate with the bell peppers and vice versa. It should take us no more than about 4 to 5 minutes to brown these sausages up. It's about that time. Look at our sausages. Everything is almost perfectly brown. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our garlic to the pan. Allow the garlic to toast up just a bit. And we're also going to allow those aromatics to be released from the garlic. We're going to mix it all in. Let it cook down for about a minute. That garlic definitely brings it brings the effect to this pan. Trust me. Boy, can I smell it. Very fragrant. Very, very fragrant. I'm going to make my broth, so I'm going to add a little bouillon powder. So about a half cup of water. Not much water, just about a half cup. And we're going to mix it all in. Stir it really good. Make sure everything is dissolved. And we are going to bring this recipe home. So it's about that time. We're going to add our broth, about a half a cup, like I said, of liquid to the pan, just like that. We're going to lock those flavors in. And this is going to help with our saucy sauce. All right. At this point in time, we're going to add our heavy cream. Give it a good mix. Make sure you stir it really good. Make sure everything is well incorporated. Allow the sauce to come back up to temperature. We're starting to get the bubble action taking place. I'm going to let it simmer just a bit more because I want all of those flavors to be locked in before I add anything else. We're going to add a little bit more Cajun seasoning to this mix right here. Not only is it going to give it that extra flavor, but it's going to give it that nice color as well. Stir it all in. Right now, I'm in love with smoked paprika, so I want to add a little bit of that smoky paprika. Combine it as well. And the smoky paprika obviously is going to give it that nice smoky flair. Not to mention, it's going to definitely help with the color as well. This right here is absolutely amazing. We're going to go in with about a handful of grated Parmesan cheese, and we're going to add it to our sauce. Not only is it going to definitely elevate the flavors, but it's gonna help to thicken up our sauce as well. We're gonna add about 1 to 2 pieces of shrimp back to the pan. Because why, guys? Why? Why are we adding the shrimp back to the pan, Tammy? You know I like messing with you guys. Yes, the reason why we're adding the shrimp is because we want that nice seasoned shrimp flavor infused in our sauce as well. And our saucy sauce is going to be the bomb. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We're going to go in with our pre-cooked pasta. Of course, you add whatever type of pasta you want to add. No limitations to this recipe. If you prefer linguine, add linguine, vermicelli, rigatoni, elbow macaroni, whatever it is that you prefer, you add. After all, you're the one that's going to be eating it. We're going to mix it in really good. We have our andouille sausage peeking out from the top right there. Even though we added 3 shrimp back to the mix, I can see our little shrimp peeking out and saying hello to everybody. Hello, everyone. Listen, in life you gotta laugh, all right? You gotta have fun. It helps to keep you young, or should I say youthful. You gotta laugh, even though in certain situations don't permit. You gotta still try to be happy. It's better than being sad, what can I tell you? All right, now the shrimp, the other shrimp that we had, first what we're gonna do is we're gonna add that juice or that liquid to the pan. You don't wanna leave it in the bowl. It's not gonna serve any purpose being in the bowl. You wanna incorporate it with your pasta. You're gonna add the shrimp back to the top of the pasta. Whatever we have reserved, if you haven't eaten all already, just like that. Pour that saucy sauce into our pasta. Boom. And if you want to incorporate it, of course you can. But for presentation purposes, we're going to allow the shrimp to sit on top of the pasta and look cute and be photo ready. To tie it all together, we're going to add a little bit of parsley. If you want to add fresh, you can. If you don't want to add fresh, you don't have to. Add dry parsley. But whatever you do, add a little greenery. And it definitely helps to tie it all together. It's absolutely delicious and so quick and easy to put together. Anybody who's eating it would never know that it took about 30 to less minutes to put together. Continue to stay blessed and stay safe. I'm your girl Cooking with Tammy. I will catch you guys in another video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.